Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Call the Cops. My name is Officer Jamie Keneally. As always, I know I say it because it's true, big show in store. And essentially, if you saw today's Boston Herald, or actually billboards all over the city, then you probably already know what we're talking about tonight. Essentially, or in essence, fugitive safe surrender is the topic of tonight's show. Fugitive safe surrender. Big question, I'm sure you're asking, what is it? Well, it is what it sounds like. Fugitives with a chance to surrender safely. It's a program that's been taking place in 19 different times in 19 different cities. It is now coming to Boston. And again, it's a chance for people, fugitives if you will, with outstanding warrants to come in, turn themselves in, and basically take care of business. The program was created in 2005 by the U.S. Marshals. And since that time, how about this? This is pretty cool. 27,000 folks, fugitives, if you will, have taken advantage of the Fugitive Safe Surrender Program. It's a great program. It makes a ton of sense. Again, it's coming here. It's coming to Boston. So if you're watching tonight's show, you have a warrant, you want to clear it up. Again, you've seen the billboards all over the city. You're looking at one right now, wanted by the law, clean up or clear up outstanding warrants. October 6th, which I'm told is a Wednesday, through October 9th, which I'm told is a Saturday. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's there on the billboard, and we're talking about it tonight. It's taking place at the Jubilee Christian Church, which you see on your screen, located at 1500 Blue Hill Avenue, thereabouts. Again, folks, if you have a warrant, October 6th through the 9th is the time to clear it up. Church site, again, the Jubilee Christian Church on Blue Hill Avenue. And let me tell you right now, tonight's show, and we're going to introduce tonight's guest in a second, U.S. Marshal John Gibbons. We're trying to get the word out. We want people to know what's going on. The department has prepared some public service announcements. So with that thought in mind, David, if we can roll the PSAs and take a look at what's cooking, because this is good stuff.
If you are wanted for a non-violent crime, you put yourself or loved ones in danger.
We want to provide a safe place for you to address your warrants. From October the 6th through the 9th, you can come to the Jubilee Christian Church.
If you're a U.S. citizen or legal resident, you can come in, meet with a lawyer, appear before a judge, and address your outstanding warrants.
No more looking over your shoulder.
There are no religious requirements for the Fugitive Safe Surrender Program. Just come in, get help, and be safe.
It's your decision.
If you have an outstanding warrant in Boston, you put yourself and your loved ones in danger. We all invite you to Jubilee Christian Church for the Fugitive Safe Surrender Program.
If you are a U.S. citizen or a legal resident with an outstanding warrant, from October 6th through the 9th, you can surrender in safety at Jubilee Christian Church.
You can talk to a lawyer, a judge, and handle your warrant. Take this step towards starting anew.
There is no religious requirements. Just come in, be safe, and get help.
Wanted by the law? Do you or a family member think you have an outstanding warrant in Boston?
If you're looking for a way to get your life back on track, then the Fugitive Safe Surrender Program is for you.
We want to provide a safe place for you to address your warrants. On October the 6th through the 9th, come to Jubilee Christian Church at 1500 Blue Hill Avenue.
If you are a U.S. citizen or legal resident wanted for a non-violent crime, you will be able to meet with an attorney and a judge.
There's no tricks, no gimmicks, just the opportunity to address your warrant.
There are no religious requirements. Please come in, get help, and be safe. Fugitive Safe Surrender at Jubilee.
I'm John Gibbons, United States Marshal for the District of Massachusetts. I encourage you to join us and take that first step towards your second chance.
First step towards a second chance. How appropriate that tonight's guest should have the last word in our public service announcement. So without any further ado, U.S. Marshal John Gibbons.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for showing up, and thanks for appearing on Call the Cops.
You're welcome.
Good stuff there.
Yes, it is.
You know, I mean, Fugitive Safe Surrender, the program has been successful, 19 different cities.
Yes.
Let me just ask you off the top, what is it about this program that has made it so successful, I guess?
I think individuals, well, the United States Marshal Service, partnering with the local police, the courts, partnering with the church, the community, all together,
Yeah.
making a difference in someone's life. Yeah. And we're open. Individuals could come and turn themselves in and get a chance. Yeah. Favorable consideration. Once they get in, come in, turn themselves in, there is favorable consideration by the courts. And majority of the individuals, 98% of the individuals have gone in, taken care of their warrants, straightened out their lives, gotten that second chance, and have gone home on that same day.
Really?
Yes.
So hit on that again, because I think we said upwards of 27,000 folks have taken advantage of the program. And of that 27,000, you're telling me 98% have had the chance to go in, leave, and go home that day after they've taken care of their business.
Yes, and that's throughout the whole country.
Okay. And again, we're showing some video of the Jubilee Christian Church, 1500 Blue Hill Avenue. That's the place to be, October 6th through the 9th. Question for you.
Yes.
Assuming I'm a fugitive, we don't need to get into my past, because that's
right.
We don't want to bore anybody. But if I'm watching tonight's show, we don't need to get into it. But if I'm watching tonight's show, I've seen the billboards. I've seen some great press today in the Herald and the Boston Globe.
Yes.
And I'm somebody with an outstanding warrant. I've been thinking about it. It's on my mind. Why is now, or we should say come October, a good time for me to try to take care of what I need to take care of?
Because, like I said, this is a partnership. We're all come together. We're going to, right now, give them favorable consideration.
So you're going to get a good chance.
Yeah, and I think you're going to get a good chance. You're coming in, you're clearing up your warrants, you're taking care of, as well as probably your driver's license. Because, you know, here in the state of Massachusetts, if you have a warrant, you probably do not have an active driver's license.
Okay.
So you're coming in and you're straightening all these matters out, and you will most likely go home. And it's a great opportunity to do that.
Let me ask you this, though. I mean, just from a quality of life perspective, I'm guessing having a warrant weighs heavy on some people.
Yes.
Knowing that you haven't done what you need to do, knowing that your next interaction with a police officer could lead to some trouble.
Yes.
Just realizing that, hey, listen, if I could just take care of this thing,
you don't have to look behind.
I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore.
Over your shoulder.
How important
behind
is
your
that?
back.
Yeah.
That's very important because you don't have to. In some cases, individuals are confronted by the cops and they decide to run, and you have that high risk, a risk to not only the officer, to that individual, to their family, to the community. So. This is a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's so many reasons I like it.
Yes.
It's plain and simple. But it's funny, the benefit to law enforcement, which I hadn't thought about till actually you touch on it today. I mean, yeah, that's what happens. When people get confronted or get pulled over or whatever, if they know they get something that they didn't take care of, panic sets in. Yes. Panic leads to bad decision making. Bad decision making could lead to, I'm taking off, I'm gonna run. People get hurt, you know, public citizens get hurt. From a public safety perspective, you go in, and non-confrontational, not a lot of law enforcement really there with you because you get the collaboration between church and law enforcement. But people saying, come on in, let's work this out.
Yes.
I mean, how do you not love that?
I know. And I traveled down to Baltimore a couple months ago along with several individuals from Boston Police Department and also individuals from the Mass defenders.
Sure.
And, we saw, I mean, people were very happy after they turned themselves in, received favorable consideration, and left that courthouse. They were so happy to get their lives
back on track. Talking about that
track.
sense of relief. And Davey, I got one more question for the Marshal before we show the video of some of the media coverage, because, again, there's been some really great media coverage, and for good reason. This is a great program.
Right.
Been around since '05.
Yes.
Okay. And the brainchild, or the person who came up with it, is a member of your organization.
Yes. United States Marshal Pete Elliott out in Ohio.
Pete Elliott out in Ohio.
Yes.
And the first one took place back in '05 in Ohio?
Yes.
And was it an instant success kind of thing?
It was an instant success.
Okay.
And then it went on to other cities, Detroit, Detroit had over 6,500 people.
Detroit's noteworthy because I guess, I mean, in terms of the bar or expectations, I guess upwards of 7,000, I think.
Yes.
Took advantage of the Fugitive Safe Surrender.
Yes.
We'd like to.
Yes, we would
maybe
like to
get around 6,000, 7,000, whatever. I mean, again, it's a chance for people.
10,000
Why not? Whatever. Yeah, come on down.
At least come in and take care of. This is a great opportunity to get your life back.
To get your life back. I agree with you. All right, Dave, if you get that tape queued up, again, media coverage on this has been phenomenal, but this next piece touches on that sense of relief when you go in, you take advantage of the program, you walk out, and it's like, hallelujah, I'm all good. So, Davey,
yes,
when you're ready, feel free to play that story.
Over the past few years, a special law enforcement program called Safe Surrender has seen 18,000, mostly nonviolent fugitives, turn themselves in peacefully in a dozen cities. And that's tonight's Sunday cover. How Safe Surrender changed hundreds of lives in its first trial last week in Wilmington, Delaware. Kyron Richardson was on the run from Delaware police.
A dark cloud hanging over my head.
Wanted for violating his probation for gun possession after skipping meetings with his probation officer.
Walking on eggshells for almost a year and a half is a pretty dangerous situation.
Potentially dangerous for him and his family.
I was afraid that probation and parole would come and kick my door in.
If you have a knife of any sort, please take it back to your vehicle right now.
The Richardsons were among hundreds of Delaware residents who came to what was called Fugitive Safe Surrender, a U.S. Marshals program run with state and local authorities to clear outstanding arrest warrants.
This opportunity is an incredible cost saver to the courts, to law enforcement, and quite a help to the communities.
It took place over 4 days.
And this gentleman here take you in.
With judges, attorneys, and even vocational counselors.
We always believe in a second chance.
All under one roof of a church.
We didn't come to be hustled, we came to be helped, right?
The support of local clergy is a key part of the surrender program.
Today, pastors have left the pulpits, they've hit the pavements, and folks are coming because they trust the faith leaders.
The people also trust their outstanding arrest warrants will be treated favorably, but mostly they're looking for peace of mind. Dave Malo had a warrant for theft.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. You think about it throughout the day. You're looking over your shoulder. You're worried about people recognizing your face.
He came with his wife to get a fresh start.
How can you enjoy life and how can you enjoy your marriage or your family when you have this heaviness hanging over you?
Malo was allowed to pay a small court fee and leave with probation.
We'll celebrate every day.
And after paying $589 in fines, Kyron Richardson will no longer be living under the radar.
The biggest thing is I'm not a fugitive anymore.
To the marshals and police, the program eliminates risk. To them,
anytime a person surrenders, that's one less foot chase, one less car chase, and we see the results too often where somebody's injured or killed as a result of a car chase.
Barnell Wright had a handful of traffic violations.
It's still intimidating when you come in because you don't know what's going to happen.
By the end of the day, with a smaller than expected fine, his tickets were cleared.
Right there, new destiny, that's what I got.
Over the past 4 days, more than 1,000 people surrendered in Wilmington, clearing more than 4,000 cases, and only 6 of those people were arrested.